Good morning, degenerates, and welcome to another episode of Boring Crypto IO, the place where I read you the boring crypto news every morning, just so you don't have to. My name is not important. Yeah. SEC to seek appeal and stay in Ripple Labs court case. They will not let this shit go. SEC, use of Terraform, ruling hints Coinbase dismissal motion attack plan. God, these guys are turds. And the fun story of the day, last but not least, no fucking way Joe Rogan, Post Malone, slam US government, CBDC. Welcome to the fight against the control. Straight from Joe Rogan. Let's see what this is about. Hopefully it's fun and entertaining. To the market. Guys, current market cap sitting right now at 1.17 trillion. Down about 1% from yesterday. Current Bitcoin dominance sitting at 48.8%. ETH 18.9. Gas sitting at 19 Gwei. And Fear and Greed index ticking up just a tad. 52. Still neutral. We have been sitting here for a few months, even with the ups and downs. Right. Current market, guys, feeling a little sideways, a little down and sideways, I guess. Yeah. It is. If I picked a good name for this show, it is definitely showing right now because the market is boring. Yes, there are some outliers. There always will be outliers that pump or dump. Always. What did I just see? What did I just see at like 9%? Did I scroll past it too fast? Yeah. 19.4 Aptos. There's always going to be outliers, guys, but right now everything is kind of sideways. Everybody's kind of waiting with bated breath to see what the market's going to do, if it's going to tank or if it's going to pump to the upside. Honestly, I am still feeling a little bearish, honestly. I mean, I'm always bullish long term. That's kind of a given. I don't think too many of us are bearish long term at all. But in the short term right now, I'm feeling still a little bearish. I think we might get down to like 28-ish. We might eventually see that 27.5 that people are calling for. The question is when. So nothing crazy that I am seeing, at least in the last 24 hours. 4.15 on Frax, FXS. 3.99 on Rune. Yep. Pretty sideways, guys. All right. Current Bitcoin setups. Yesterday, I hope I got that video out in time, and I hope some of you guys caught this little pump out of this mini triangle inside of our original wedge. I don't know if I did. I don't know if anyone saw it. I don't think that video isn't getting like any love at all. So unfortunately, if you missed that video, you missed this pump, because I called this yesterday during the video. Unfortunately, and yeah, dude, I need to figure out a way to get these out faster. But we had this little mini flag set up inside the pattern. It did this on the last wedge as well before it broke out. Now, short term, we broke out of this mini flag as well as our descending wedge, and we ran all the way back up to 30. This is Bitcoin on the 1 hour, by the way. We got rejected, and we set up a perfect double top, basically, especially on the 4 hour. Look at the 4 hour real quick. Yeah, 4 hour. Well, I'll take that statement back. I wouldn't call this a perfect. The 2 hour looks pretty good. Anyway, we hit a double top. M pattern. Perfect. See you later. Bye. To the downside we broke. Catching ourselves again just right above that 29.3, which was our bounce right here. Now here's where this could be bullish on the long term. Let's go to like the 8 hour. What does that look like we're setting up? To me, it looks like we're setting up a breakout with a potential retest to the upside. These are longer time frames, so if this is what's going on, these are going to take a lot longer to play out, guys. You got to be patient. But that's what this could be. This could be a very large breakout of this sloping downtrend, this descending wedge channel, whatever you want to call it. It's literally exactly what it did on this last wedge back here, guys. It's a little smaller. We had a mini flag, we had a breakout, we came down, we retested, and then we took off. It's perfect. Textbook, right? So it's kind of like what we're looking at right now. And that's all I've got. I really don't have anything going on right now other than what I'm looking at. We're going to see if that 29.3 holds. If 29.3 holds, cool. That's like a mini retest, so hopefully we'll move to the upside. If we touch the top of this, the top of the descending wedge, look for a bounce off the top of it to go higher. That'd be a good retest for our breakout. If not, if it breaks down into the pattern, be prepared for more downside. Be prepared both ways, guys. That's what I always say. But don't listen to me. This isn't financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. And I'm not even a good trader. I don't know what I am doing. Who am I? Am I the drummer? I don't know. All right. But that's it. That's all I've got. None of the levels have changed. 30,000. Got to break it. Strong, strong resistance. 29.3. Hopefully it holds, or the top of this trend line holds. That's all we got. All right. On to the news. The Securities and Exchange Commission appeal in the ongoing case comes nearly a month after Judge Annalise Torres laid out her ruling. Sorry, I didn't read the headline again. SEC to seek appeal and stay in Ripple Labs court case. Of course. They got egg on their face right now, and they don't want to lose. So they're scrambling. The United States Securities and Exchange Commission is moving to appeal a July court decision from its lawsuit against Ripple Labs, which had ruled the sale of XRP is not a security when sold to retail investors. Which is interesting that they're going to appeal this, because this is exactly what happened in the library case too, and they didn't appeal it. They took their money and like basically bankrupt the library, if I remember correctly. They took their money and didn't say a word about it. But this one was so heavily covered in the media that they're going to continue to fight it, which is, I can't believe this can even happen. But anyway, in an August 9th letter to Judge Annalise Torres, the presiding judge in the case, the SEC said it believed her decision warrants a fresh look by an appellate court, which is probably going to be a bunch of paid off judges. To be entirely honest, that's probably what they're working on right now. It asked Judge Torres to put the case on hold during the appeal, saying there are multiple other pending court cases that could be affected depending on the appeal's outcome. The SEC is currently in a legal battle with a number of crypto firms, including Binance and Coinbase, over alleged securities violations. Yeah. Could you not give your ruling so we can try and win these other cases? Because your ruling would mean that we would lose these. So could you please help us out, do us a favor so we don't lose all these cases and we can fuck up the whole crypto space? Thanks. What a bunch of turds. Interlocutory review. Interlocutory? I don't know what that word is. Interlocutory review is warranted here, the SEC wrote, asking the ruling to be reviewed while the case is still pending. These two issues involve controlling questions of law on which there is substantial ground for difference of opinion, as reflected by an intra-district split that has already developed. I am not reading that. You guys can read this if you want. I'm reading what Jeremy Hogan. Jeremy Hogan's actually a very intelligent lawyer that's been covering the case as well as Deaton. Follow him if you want more XRP updates, especially on this specific case. He wrote, and the SEC continues making questionable decisions, requesting interlocutory appeal. I don't even know if I'm saying that right, guys. I'm sorry. Note that this is not appealing whether XRP itself is a security, just its losses on the programmatic and individual sale issues. Weird. I don't know, man. They're doing some shady shit. The SEC also highlighted the judge's decision in its suit against Terraform Labs, who rejected Torres' ruling, saying cryptocurrencies sold on exchanges could also be securities. The SEC letter comes nearly a month after Ripple scored a partial victory over the SEC regarding the security status of XRP. Torres ruled that the XRP token was not in itself a security. She said, however, that the sale of XRP tokens can be securities in certain circumstances, such as when sold to institutional investors, but not when sold on exchanges to retail traders. S&D, SEC, kick rocks. Let me know what you guys think. Comment down below. Moving on, more SEC BS. The acronyms are just flying out the window today. SEC use of Terraform ruling hints Coinbase dismissal motion attack plan. The SEC claims a court ruling gives it authority over crypto, setting up a possible counter-argument in dismissal motion brought against it. Sorry. Recent filing from the United States Securities and Exchange Commission in its lawsuit against crypto miner Green United could shed light on how it may approach the case against Coinbase. On July 31st, the SEC scored a win after Judge Jed Rakoff denied Terraform Lab motion to dismiss the case, rejecting its argument that relied on the major questions doctrine. Purported crypto miner Green United has used the same argument in its own motion to dismiss. It has also been a centerpiece for crypto defendants in cases against the SEC, including from crypto exchange Coinbase. However, in an August 4th filing, the SEC said the recent Terraform Labs ruling provides additional authority for rejecting Green United's major questions doctrine and fair notice defenses. The court rejected the defendant's argument that the major questions doctrine and a due process clause prevent the SEC from alleging the company's digital asset to be investment contracts. The SEC letter reads, accordingly, Terraform Labs is relevant to this matter because it provides additional authority for rejecting defendants' major question doctrine and fair notice defense. It added, I don't know about you guys, but half this lawyer speak stuff, it just goes right over my head, so I feel like I'm not even picking up anything I'm reading. So if you're getting this, I hope, congratulations, high five. I hope you're getting this because I don't get it. The latest arguments from the SEC could shed light on how it may approach Coinbase's own motion to dismiss, which was also filed on August 4th. The Coinbase's motion to dismiss the SEC lawsuit, the crypto exchange argued that the major question doctrine applied as the SEC attempted to regulate the secondary market for crypto trading. The major question doctrine was established in a 2022 U.S. Supreme Court ruling outlining that Congress intends to make policy decisions and doesn't delegate authority to agencies that require clear authorization from lawmakers. The judge in the SEC versus Terraform case found Terraform cannot wield a doctrine intended to be applied in exceptional circumstances as a tool to disrupt the routine work that Congress expected the SEC and other administrative agencies to perform. The SEC previously used other rulings to bolster its arguments in similar cases. In April, it sent a letter to the presiding judge in the SEC vs. Ripple Labs case, highlighting a judge's option in a lawsuit it won where it was deemed a longstanding court precedent provides sufficient fair notice. Dude, none of that made any sense to me. I hope it made sense to you guys. If it did, by all means, give me some layman's terms on what the hell any of that meant down below. I'd greatly appreciate it. Moving on, last but not least, hopefully this is a fun article because the rest of that stuff was like chewing on sawdust, and I'm sorry. No fucking way. Joe Rogan, Post Malone, slams U.S. government CBDC recently. I guess Post Malone was again on the Joe Rogan show, and I'm assuming they were talking about CBDCs. Let's get into it. Central bank digital currencies have turned out to be a popular talking point among the American public. More like an unpopular talking point. Popular as in, yes, we're all talking about it, but none of us like it. Garnering takes from comedians, rappers, and presidential candidates alike. Podcaster and commentator Joe Rogan has blasted the idea of United States central bank digital currency, describing a digital dollar as a game over scenario for American citizens. Absolutely. If you are new here, and you are new to this game, and you are new to the idea of a CBDC, open your effing eyes and do some research. Please, we all need to get on board against this garbage. In an August 8th episode of the widely watched podcast Joe Rogan Experience, Rogan and rapper Post Malone turned to topics surrounding the U.S. financial system, pausing to focus on the potential abuse of power that could come with CBDCs in the United States. Joe Rogan's podcast typically amasses more than 11 million listeners per episode. Meanwhile, Post Malone boasts a combined 31 million followers across X and Instagram. It comes as discussions around CBDCs have started to make their way into U.S. presidential campaigns. Rogan didn't mince words when asked for his thoughts on a CBDC. Quote unquote, Joe Rogan. No fucking way. No way. That's what I think. I think that's checkmate. That's game over. Rogan spelled out some scenario where the tyrannical government could tie the flow of a CBDC to one's social credit score, saying that citizens could easily be cut off from their finances for breaking the rules. I've been saying this since I started this channel. So are a lot of other people. If they decide somehow or another that you need some social credit score system and it's for the benefit of society, and they outline that they can track your behavior and your tweets and all of your things, they just decided you fucked up, and the rules are the rules, he said. The Vigilant Fox. Joe Rogan says no fucking way to a central bank digital currency. That's game over. Post Malone asked Joe Rogan, so how do you feel about the government's digital currency that they're working on? Rogan answered, no fucking way. No way. That's what I think. Malone also mentioned his concerns with the banking system in the United States, noting that the FDIC insurance only covers bank accounts values up to $250,000. And that's only if one person needs to like, if multiple people tried to fucking get backed up by the FDIC, they ain't giving you nothing. Trust me. If there was a bank run, ain't no one getting paid. The pair also discussed the controversial decision by the Canadian government to freeze the bank accounts associated with the Freedom Convoy truckers in February last year. Never forget that, guys. There was a protest of just truckers that wanted to work. They weren't shooting anybody. They weren't killing anybody. They weren't trashing cities, burning anything. They weren't fighting. They weren't yelling and screaming. They were just driving because they wanted to work. And Canada shut down bank accounts. Not only that, if Canada, the Canadian government, Justin Trudeau, that waste of space, caught wind that you, as a person, were donating to help these guys, they shut your bank account down too. Weird. Go Canada. Anyway, moving on. Malone argued that the U.S. government has too much control over the flow of everyday people's finances and that they could potentially cut off funding to anyone at a moment's notice. It echoes similar sentiments from avid supporters of decentralized cryptocurrencies. Meanwhile, discussions around CBDCs have become a talking point in the United States politics. In July, Republican presidential candidate and Florida Governor Ron DeSantis swore to ban CBDCs in the U.S. if elected president. On the other side of the fence, Democratic candidate Robert F. Kennedy Jr. criticized CBDCs for being instruments of control and instead promised to back the U.S. dollar with hard assets, including Bitcoin, if he were elected president. None of these guys are going to make it to the primaries. Trust me. All right. That's it, guys. Joe Rogan talking about CBDCs, which is fairly comical, but also awesome. I hope it reached a lot of people, and I hope they got some insight, basically, to how potentially terrible those things could be. But that's it, guys. Let's look at Bitcoin one last time. Let me back out to at least the 4 hour. Yeah. Kind of bouncing, like I said, kind of bouncing off of this 29.3 again. So let's see what happens. Again, just not much going on, guys. That's it. Nothing exciting. I'm sorry. It's boring. The market is boring right now, and I am sorry, guys. Believe me, when we get into a bull market and everything's exciting, you guys will be having fun. I hope tons of people make a ton of money, and I'll be here to give you guys the news. But outside of that, if you do enjoy the content I provide for you here every morning on Boring Crypto IO, please by all means subscribe to the channel, guys. Let's grow. Let's all have fun. Let's share this stuff, man. Turn on the bell for notifications so you know when I do post videos, guys. Please watch the videos. Please like the videos. It definitely helps. Look, if no one's liking the videos, and I know, look, I don't do anything crazy or exciting. I get it. I just share the news. But sometimes that's all you need. Like, there's too many shills out there, in my opinion. There's too many people just trying to pump bags, talking about coins that I don't know, man. I don't trust a lot of people. So if you just want, I mean, don't get me wrong, I am opinionated, and I give my opinion very frequently, but outside of that, I'm just showing you what I see on the charts as I read the news. I mean, if you want straightforward shit, this is the place to get it. So outside of that, please like the videos, help us grow, share the videos on all your social channels, and share this channel on your social channels. And I'll see you guys bright and early tomorrow morning. I am out of here.